afternoon. This is Bob Layman with Legacy Today and BankOnYourself. I hope I find you coping and dealing with the continued COVID virus that we're all experiencing, and we're all being restricted and stuck in our homes and not able to travel and live a normal life as we typically do. Sure is tough for a lot of people I know, and I'm sure it is you as well. Wanted to do our podcast today and just ask you a few questions, if I could, on your concerns. Obviously, your health and your situation dealing with the virus and your friends and family, that's very important. But I'm talking more about your financial health. Are you concerned? How concerned are you about the safety? Clearly, we have serious issues in this country. Without going into 2 pages of what's going on, you all see the news. I stopped listening to news. I listen pretty much to business news, and that's all. However, how are you thinking today about your money? Wherever it is, you work hard to build your money, accumulate your money. How about your emergency accounts? Are you losing money? Are you concerned over I'm at some point, if this doesn't change, I might lose too much? How about your retirement accounts? 401ks, IRAs, SEPs, pensions, if you're one of the lucky few that get a pension today. Some do, but most don't. What's happening with that? In other words, are you concerned about, is it doing what I planned on it to do, what I expected, what I set it up for? How about college funding? If you are younger and you have a family still, or if your kids are grown, and how about their kids? Are you concerned that your kids aren't able to fund or help them in college? And if so, had you planned on that? And how's that affect your current situation? So a lot of concerns and worries we all have, I think we should, because it's, we're going to get back to normal. There's no doubt. We're going to be living in a new way, I think. However, the economy's going to rebound. We're going to, stocks are going to start soaring again at some point. There's no doubt about that, because this is America and it's a free country, and I hope it stays that way. So, but the bottom line is if we don't understand, or we don't realize some of the options available to us in protecting these assets, what's going to happen? So the next question is, who has control of your monies? Uncle Sam, he restricts your money in certain ways as far as liquidity, how much liquidity you have in your 401k or your IRAs and different programs that you have. Can you get your hands on that for an emergency if you absolutely have to? If so, do you have penalties? Are you going to be getting hit with penalties if you don't pay it back when you're supposed to pay it back? What's going to happen? How does that work? Kind of a pain, isn't it? How about also taxes? Do you have control of your taxes? Are taxes going to go up? What do you think about that? What's your age? 20 years down the road, the taxes are going to be anywhere near they are today. A lot of concern, obviously, with the monstrous debts that we have that we'll never get out of in this country, both, in the state and federal level. It's to a point that we can't even count the zeros on debt. So who's going to pay for that as that all increases? Number 2 would be Wall Street. Is Wall Street affecting your money? And in doing so, how's that done in the last year, 2 years, 6 months, 2 months, whatever it might be? Do you have control over what happens to your monies while it's in Wall Street? And while you have also, you want to ask yourself about are you losing money and still paying fees? In other words, obviously most people I'm getting lots of calls, of course, and seeing lots of statements where people have lost a lot. Could be worse, considering, frankly, the situation at hand. It could be way worse. And will it be that way? I don't know. We have no idea what's going to happen. However, do you pay fees? For 20 years, I was an advisor, and I worked for brokerage firms, and I got paid, regardless if I did well or not did well for my clients. I still got paid a fee. So those are two big questions. Uncle Sam effect on us and our money, Wall Street effect on us and our money, and then another option would be guarantees. Do we have guarantees on our assets, on our money, on our life, against medical uncertainties that we all, as we age, face? That's important to understand because it affects obviously our growth financially. It affects our future financially when it comes to our legacies and all the goals that we had mentioned earlier. So, and another thing too, you have to keep in mind is about nursing home. Do you have protection from like a nursing home type coverage? So with that, those questions, I want to make sure that you all have an understanding of the services that we provide. And last meeting I had, we talked about this, my great artwork. And this simply talks about safety, but within the safety, what we do is we work on what we call certainty. And what that means is that we design plans. And this is just an example. Do hundreds of these. This is a spreadsheet. This shows a person or a couple at a certain age, and it shows the rest of their life. In the green is the income they're going to have and accessibility to money at any given time throughout the rest of their life. And typically these are all guaranteed incomes to where they'll never run out of money, for sure, guaranteed, because what we do is we utilize, and most people don't understand, companies are out there that are well over 100 years old, that have been doing this for years and years and years, that are the best. They're the most financially sound institutions in our country, but these are the plans we put together. So these are guaranteed income in green, and it shows a multitude of different options as it relates to what people are getting here on the columns in the top, moving down. But this is a 100% with certainty what's going to happen or where you're going to be in 2 years, 5 years, 20 years, 30 years, depending on what your age is. We want to make sure we educate you also by sharing books. That's why we do a lot of educating in books. This book by Pamela Yellen, Bank on Yourself Revolution, is a must read. When I read this book, it's like, I wrote that book. It's an awesome book. Another book she wrote, her latest book, is Rescue Your Retirement. Outstanding book, a little shorter, easy to read. And this is a book I just picked up, Wealth Beyond Wall Street. A nice read there as well. Helps us, again, educating us on options. And this deals with taxes. Okay, pretty well-known guy, David McKnight. You can, Google this, get these books on your own if you want. We will get you a book free if, in fact, you want to learn and educate yourself. That's what we do. So it's all about safety. It's all about not only physically but mentally being comfortable, being able to sleep at night through these horrible, difficult times right now, so that we know that we're going to stay solid, at least in things we can control. So please, if you want a book or if you want a spreadsheet with your name on it, doesn't cost you a penny, all educational information, please call my office or send us an email on the website and email address that you'll see at the end of this video. God bless you all. Stay safe and talk to you next time.